gametes, by their chromosomes, by their genitalia. That's literally determined by, right, like generally speaking. Oh, that was Matt? That was you, Matt? Oh my gosh. Fucking W Matt, by the way, chat. Um, sorry, I forget what I was saying.
You're saying about like how they trans people change and become females. They dress up as
That's not what I was saying. What the fuck are you talking about?
what you were talking about when a man dresses up as a girl. That's what you were talking about, bro.
Yeah, no, I was saying that like, right, someone can be a male, right, and be a woman, right?
Yeah.
Because biologically speaking, what they are in terms of being a male doesn't change the notions of what their commitments are.
I don't understand what you just said, bro. Can you make it simpler, please?
What did I just say that was I don't know what I
I
don't know how to
don't,
make
bro.
it
Just say
simpler.
what you said in like baby words or something, bro.
I don't know how I could.
Bro, look, all I'm saying is, like, all I'm saying is, like,
Are you asking like what particular word was too much? Like commitment?
no, not like the whole thing was just like, yeah, like he just saying another way, bro. Huh?
I really I don't know.
All right, well, and trans women, like they can identify as women, but I don't think they're really ever going to be women, to be honest. That's all.
Yeah, so if your definition of woman just relates to biology,
Yeah.
right? Clearly speaking, right? That's that trans women are not going to be women under that definition. That's
Uh,
not the woman. That's not the definition of woman. That's what we're operating on here, right? To say that trans women are women.
oh, trans or trans women aren't women. Like, what more is there to add to that? You might like,
Is that really all you've got going on around in your
yeah,
head? You just all you have is just you. All that's all you can say.
yeah, because they're just not women. I mean, they can identify.
All you're saying is you disagree with the definition, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can disagree with definition. That's fine, but that doesn't mean it's incoherent. That doesn't mean it's delulu. That doesn't mean they're like wrong in that sense. Under that definition, they're right.
If I think, if wait, do you say just because they're trans means they're
You
wrong?
saying that they're not women,
Yeah,
right, is equivocating your definition with theirs, right?
yeah.
Right, because you're operating on a separate definition from them, right? When they say the word, like they're not disputing that. They're not disputing that they don't have that biology that you're referencing. They're not disputing that, right? They're saying that they have these sets of commitments.
All right. Well, all right. All right. That's all.
All right, appreciate you coming on. Have a good day.
You too.
All right, everyone, send a guest request if you disagree. Tap that screen, everyone. Let's try to get to 200,000 likes. We'll help get it out to more people. Share the live, everyone. Let's try to get to 500 shares. You already know the deal. Let me go on to the next person. They'll only send a guest request if you disagree, y'all. By the way, everyone, we only got 45 minutes left on the live, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello.
Yeah, how old are
Hello.
you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, how old are you?
23.
For sure. Do you think trans women are women?
They're not.
Yo, Gerald, I appreciate the Venmo. Thank you so much, Jared. Gerald, absolute W, Gerald. By the way, we can go to sub only chat maybe for like the past 45 minutes or so. I do have to go earlier today though. Okay, so why do you think that trans women are not women?
Well, they're not women. They're trans women.
Tall women are not women. They're tall women.
Yeah, well, that's not the same thing.
Oh, okay. Why is it different?
Because a tall woman's still a woman biologically.
So is a trans woman.
Well,
Oh, okay,
biologically.
okay. So biologically, okay. So you think that what determines what a woman is biology, right?
Well, yes. I mean, you can say whatever you want to say. I mean, I can say I'm a broom, and I'm still not a broom biologically.
Um, Here, I have a question, right? If you were to take my consciousness, right, and say some futuristic world, right, and put me into a simulation, like one of those Black Mirror episodes, right? Would I still be a man?
Well, that's reaching, but yes, you would be a man.
But there's no biology anymore.
Well, it's your chromosome.
No, there aren't any chromosomes anymore. It's just consciousness.
Well, now it's reaching.
What's reaching?
Well, we're not there. I mean, it's not. This is not the real world. You're asking me if trans women.
Oh, I'm not saying. I'm just saying that like it seems like your definition of the term man or woman isn't dependent upon the biology in that circumstance. That's what I was demonstrating there. I understand we don't currently have those characteristics, but given this conceptually, right, this just tells that your definition of man and woman doesn't relate to biology. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm wondering why, because I'm not against trans or anything. You know, I'm in the LGBTQ community, so I'm not a hater. I'm just saying facts. I mean, I feel like it's annoying for us in the community that like everyone is coming in the community and saying what they are instead of like creating their own community about like gender identity. Like they're just coming in the community saying like they are, let's say, a wolf or a cat, things like that. You know, that makes no sense and make us look bad. We already look bad because we're in the community, make us look even worse because this is like nonsense.
There's no basis for those claims, like the cat and the other stuff like that, right? Because our notions of a cat, notions of a dog, right, they don't relate to anything social, right? They
No,
don't
I'm no,
relate to
I'm just
they
saying
relate
that's
to
just
strictly biology, right? So if they were talking about a biological concept when it relates to sex and they're saying they're of like a different sex that they don't have characteristics of, well, then clearly speaking that would be like not correct, right? But these sets of characteristics aren't relating to solely biological ones, right?
yeah. Well, I'm saying I'm not hating. I'm just saying trans women are not like they are women to like for themselves. That's fine. I mean, if you want me to call you a woman and a she, I will because I respect everyone, you know. But I do not think they are women. They are trans women, which were biologically. And I don't know why people are getting mad over that because it's just facts. I mean, it's no hate. It's just facts, and I don't know why people wants to lie to make people happy, which is, you know, not.
Wait. When I'm saying trans woman or woman, I'm not lying.
Trans women are trans women.
Yeah, under your definition, right? Like you just relate to them not being women, right? Because trans women are trans women, and they're also women, right? Because trans woman is a type of woman.
But okay, well, if you want to say it this way, they are women, but they're not biologically women.
Yeah, they don't. They're not biologically female,
I mean, I
right?
won't
But they are
disrespect them and
absolutely
say
women.
they're men. You know, if they think they are women, I will say trans woman is a woman because I don't want to disrespect them. You know, but
Yeah.
technically they're not women.
So again, what do you mean by woman? You're relating to you're equivocating between your definition, right, and the definition that they're using.
Well, I'm just saying biologically, you can have, the more of the like the reproductive system and like chromosome stuff like that. I mean, anyone can say they're a woman and they still have their penis, and there's some because I feel like it's hard in this world, 2023, of like saying, "Oh, I'm a woman." Everyone can say they're a woman now, right? And now they can go
No. Everyone can. I couldn't say it. That'd be false if I said it because I don't have these sets of commitments.
Well, I don't know. I feel like everyone can say they're a woman now, and if you're saying something against that, well, you're transphobic. So, like, who are real women? Who are not real women? Are you considering the trans women real women, the ones who had a lot of surgery
Trans
to
women
look
are
like
real
women?
women, yes.
Okay, what about a biological man that has a beard and a dick and saying, "No, I'm a woman, I'm a trans woman, but I feel like a woman, so you see me
Do
as a
they have
woman."
commitments in accordance with the social norms and social and cultural norms typically associated with the female sex?
But that's where it goes to, where's the line? I'm not hating because I'm in the community. It's just me too. I'm trying to understand this
Where's the
trans
line?
woman thing.
Do they have commitments?
What do you mean about commitments?
Right? Do they have a desire to be in accordance with these particular characteristics as some prescription of identity?
Okay. So if they do and they still look like a man, you would consider them women. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah. Right. Like if I looked like a woman to you, I'd still be a man.
Well, yes.
Yeah, clearly. So regardless of whether or not someone looks a particular way, I don't think that means whether or not they're a man or a woman.
Well, to be honest, I have difficulties to see a biological man with a beard and a penis telling me that he's a woman and me calling him a woman. I mean, I have difficulties with that, I'm not gonna lie.
You have difficulties with someone calling themselves a woman? Like
Well,
if my mom says she's a woman, do you have an issue with that?
well, no, because she looks like a woman. If she looks like a woman,
Okay, so if my mom didn't look like a woman to you, then she wouldn't be a woman.
no.
So even if she has XX chromosomes and large gametes,
I mean, to be
she
honest, I
you'd still
wouldn't
consider her a
care. I
man.
wouldn't care, to be honest, because why would people care? I mean, if I don't know you, I don't need to know if you're a woman or a man. If you're in my family, if you're in my circle, if you're in my life, then I will respect you and respect your pronouns if you're saying you're a woman when you're not one. You know what I mean? But if I don't know you,
You're equivocating between your definition and their definition. When they say woman, they're not saying biologically female. They're saying again they have commitments in accordance with like the social and cultural norms typically associated with the female sex.
okay, well, if someone's saying to me that they are women and they look like a straight up man, I will say good for you, and then I'll leave. I don't have to have a conversation with them. If I'm not a
I never
woman,
said you have to have a conversation with them.
okay, I will say good for you, you're a woman. Have a nice day.
Okay.
But like, why do they have to make it clear for everyone? Like, is something personal to them? Like, we don't have to know their identity. How, like, I can feel like I don't know. I can feel like I am a woman, and not everyone, not the whole world needs to know.
Yeah, no one's. What are you talking about? Like the idea of coming on a platform and talking about this is to say that like trans people are not delulu, right? For saying that they're women,
Well, I didn't say
right?
the word
They
delulu.
make a claim that they're women the same way I make a claim that I'm a man. If there's not an issue with me calling myself a man, why is there an issue with them calling themselves a woman?
Okay, but why do they have to scream out on every roof? Like, we
I don't
don't
think
need
that's
to.
happening.
Okay, well, if I mean, I
And
feel like
actually, it
everyone should
happens
respect
more that
everyone.
people who are cis say that I'm a man or I'm a woman more than trans people do.
Mm, wait, what?
Yeah, I think that cis people, likely speaking, say I'm a man or a woman probably more than trans people do.
I don't know about that. I mean, if someone calls me a woman, it happens. Someone called me a woman. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, well, I'm a man. I don't care. I'm not getting offended.
Yeah, because you don't have to deal with stuff that relates to that, right? If it was the case that you did, probably it would affect you that way.
Well, listen, if you decide to change your whole gender, you're gonna have to deal with those kind of criticism. We're in the 2023 on planet Earth, so I don't know what people think, but of course you're gonna
So
have to deal
they're
with
not
those kind of things.
changing their gender, they're changing what their perceived gender is, right? Because people perceive them to be this way,
Oh, okay.
right?
What about
So
trans
for
women
example,
that
it's the
has a
same sort of
penis?
way when people come out as gay, right? And someone's like, "Oh, you changed sexuality?" No, they just came out as gay. You perceived them to be straight, right? But they were gay the whole time.
Okay, but you're saying trans woman that wants to look like woman because they were women the whole time. So what about the trans woman that still has a dick and a beard? Sorry, conjecting con
Again, the commitments
yourself.
is
Anyway.
what's relevant, right?
So you're gonna okay. Well, I don't know. That's my opinion.
Again, and you remember you relate to the idea of man and woman not necessarily relating to biology as well, right? As again, if I in a futuristic society was put into a simulation, right, without any biology left, I'd still be a man. And it'd still be coherent for me to say that I'm a man. So if that's the case and there's not biology there, right, your notion of what a man is seems to be distinct from this idea of biology.
Well, first of all, the question is trans women are women. I'm just gonna say if a man decided to transition to a woman and looks like a woman, to me, I'm like, okay, that's a woman. If a trans woman looks like a man, to me, it's still a man. That's it. Point blank. That's my opinion.
Okay, is there anything else you want to add or talk about?
Nope, that's my.
All right, for sure. I appreciate you coming on. Send a guest request right now if you disagree. Everyone, tap that screen. Let's try to get to 250,000 likes. If you want to help get it out to more people, share the live. Everyone, let's try to get to 500 shares. We're going to go on to the next person. Again, only send a guest request if you do disagree, y'all. Thank you for the paper crane. I appreciate it, Mac Attack. Thank you so much. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, is this on?
Yeah, how old are you?
18. I didn't think it worked. Oh shit.
For
Okay.
sure. What's your birth year?
3305.
For sure. So do you think trans women are women?
Okay, so no, and I have my reasonings because I was just kind of confused on it. I was trying to hear what everybody else was saying, but no, genuinely no. So you were saying that biologically it doesn't matter, correct?
What do you mean? Thank you for the hand, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Like, um, okay, so I'm gonna explain it how I think about it. So I was born a girl. I have all the girl parts. And if one day I decide, hey, I want to be a guy, but I don't, you were talking about the commitments, right? If I don't make any commitments, I stay the same. I can just like be a guy, correct?
Yeah, if you have the particular commitments, right, then you would meet the definition, right? I don't think that you can just like choose volitionally right now to like switch your commitments like that.
So what do you mean by commitments? Like dress the part?
I mean, no. So what I mean by commitments is that you have a desire to be in accordance with a set of characteristics, with like the express reason of being in accordance with a particular identity.
Okay, so someone had made a comment about race and how this was related. They said that, okay, so if I choose to be like black and I go through the commitments of being black, but I'm white, do I still identify as black?
Yeah, so I
And
don't I don't associate, right, any type of like social interaction or roles on the basis of race. Right? I don't hold to a concept that exists like that. So it wouldn't make any sense to me, right? As like my notion of race are going to be particularly related to phenotypical expression, right? It doesn't relate to any type of like cultural or social interaction or identity in that sort of respect, social identity in that respect. There's an identity formed around race due to like discrimination that can exist, right? But that's an association with an experience, right?
mhm. Oh, I was just you.
Not necessarily like a prescribed identity outside of the context of being like discriminated against.
I know, I was just trying to like use an example because like I was thinking about it and it was just like what somebody else had commented. Like if like that same analogy wise, like does it play the same? Like, oh, well, you want to be a girl, well, you have to have the commitments. Okay, well, I say I'm a girl, so that makes me a girl, right?
No, it's not just you say you're a girl. You have to have like the particular commitments, right? The desires to be in accordance with these sets of characteristics with the express purpose of being in accordance with a particular social identity.
I got you. I'm sorry. I mean, I still have my opinions, but like, I'm just kind of confused on it because, like, I mean, like, I get like your reasoning. You say yes, but like to me, it's just like, well, you were born a girl, but like if you were born a guy and you change yourself into a girl, you're not really logically a guy. I mean, a girl to me. It's just, I don't
Like,
know.
oh no, no. So like a trans woman's not making a claim that they're biologically female, right? The claim is that again, like in relation to like the desires there.
Oh, like the desire to be female.
No, right? The desire to be in accordance with these particular sets of characteristics with the express purpose of being like in accordance with a particular social identity. Right? It's like for example, right? Like not to compare, this is not completely the same, right? But within the same respect that we see it to be legitimate and that people are fans of particular sports teams, right? This
Right.
is due to social organization. Sports don't exist outside of the context of this social organization. Yet we still see it to be legitimate when someone says, I'm a Broncos fan, I'm a Lakers
Mm-hmm.
fan, right? Something like that, right? And I could ask the question, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, what determines that you're a Broncos fan or a Lakers fan, right? And it'd probably be that they have a particular set of commitments in accordance with, say, this team winning, right? Or
Gotcha.
they have in accordance with this team with the express purpose of them winning, right? Or the express purpose of them doing good, short term, long term, something like that, right? That would be like what it is, right? So it's in the context of the social identity, and that's a completely legitimate concept, right? And when you're saying that, you're saying that these sets of commitments in accordance with this, right, is legitimate, and we understand this. That's not entailing that every single set of commitments in accordance with something is something that you hold to as a concept.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying that it's they want to identify as a form of expression to express themselves as a female, correct?
Characteristics that are typically associated with females.
Yes. Okay, I think I get what you're saying. Yeah, I can respect that argument. I'm just trying to figure it out for myself. Sorry
For
if
sure.
that's not the answer you were wanting, but
Oh no, you're
yeah.
good. All the point of this is just to, like, get people to, like, understand there are different types of perspectives and that it's, like, logically possible that trans people are not delusional, right? Stuff like that.
Right. I mean, I just wanted to hear it because, I don't really, where I'm from, that's not really, yeah,
Talked about it all, yeah. I
yeah.
understand.
Okay. Well, thanks for having
For sure,
me
appreciate you
anyway.
coming on. Thank you
All
so much.
right. Yeah, bye.
All right, we're gonna go on to the next person. Only send a guest request. If you disagree, tap that screen, everyone. Let's try to get to 250,000 likes. If you want to help get it out to more people, share the guest, send a guest request right now, everyone. Parker saying commitments is talking about gender roles. Yeah, absolutely. Right, it's a commitment in accordance with these particular roles. Not necessarily as a prescription, but as a description, right? Because prescriptive gender roles can have negative connotations, right, and negative impacts upon people. Like saying that you don't necessarily fit with under this as, like, if you don't meet this particular prescription, right? But I'm talking about it simply in a descriptive sense, right? What people want to be in accordance with, not what people are told to be in accordance with. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
44.
For sure. Do you think trans women are women?
No.
Okay, why so?
Well, can you tell me at any point in history where there's been a trans woman or a trans man in nature with animals? We're considered mammals as well.
Oh, you're cutting out, man.
Oh, I was
Hello?
just saying, like, basically, we're considered. Yeah, I'm still here. Are you here? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. It was cutting out there for a second.
Okay. Yeah, so basically, what I was saying is that, men and women, we're mammals. Can you tell me at any point in history when there's been any animals that identified as a trans woman or a trans man?
Oh, there aren't. Can you give me any time in history prior to human beings that there were any other animals with names?
Sure. I've only been around for 44 years, so I guess I have to go back and look myself. I guess my point is, and I've asked trans individuals when they do lives, and they never want to answer the question because, I'm generally trying to learn this as well. But, so you think a trans woman is a woman.
Wait, hold
Would
on,
you
hold
date
up.
a trans
Prior to
woman?
humans, were there
Yep.
any animals with names?
Sure.
Appreciate the rose bear. Thank you so much. No, right? Because the language didn't exist yet.
So language hasn't been around for how many years?
I said prior to humans.
Yeah, there was
So we're
dinosaurs,
talking about
right?
hundreds of thousands of years ago.
Right.
Okay.
So
And
like
in that sense, they didn't have names, right? They
okay.
didn't talk to each other, right? So
They
are you saying
communicated
that,
in their
like,
own.
me having a name as Parker is not a legitimate concept because other animals outside of the context of humans didn't have names prior to the notion of language?
All right, let's try to stay on task here. My point is, have you ever heard of an animal that identified as something other than their natural born gender or sex?
Like, do you understand, like, the point I'm referencing though?
Yeah,
Like,
you're
I
trying
like,
to
did you
convince
can you tell me
people.
what I said?
We're going around in circles. You're trying to convince people of something that biologically is not true.
No, can you no, I'm not. Appreciate the passion, Rose. Thank you so much. Can you tell me what I just said?
You're talking about names. Again,
Yeah.
you
What
have this
about
on the
them?
back of your screen that says trans women are women. They're not.
What about
Biology.
names? What about names, sir?
Again, are we going to talk about trans women or not?
We are talking about it right now.
So you want to use names, and you don't want to answer my questions, but you want to go
Appreciate the
around
passion, Rose. Thank you so much. I am answering the question. I trust me. I'm using, like, an analogy so that you can understand what I mean.
Okay, you're trying to make a point, correct?
Yes.
Okay, why don't you get to your point then?
I did already, right? The analogy, right?
So
The
I
names,
guess
right? Names are a set of social organizations. Same thing when it relates to gender, right? And it's not something that exists with animals prior to the existence of language. Appreciate the little crown. Thank you so much, because there weren't words prior to language. Okay,
so
so it's still a legitimate concept for you to call me a particular name, even though it didn't exist prior to that notion.
well, then it would be considered a lie because you're trying to make people believe you're something you're not. Correct?
No, you're actually engaging in an equivocation fallacy, right? You're equivocating your definition of the term with the person's definition of the term, right? To say that they're saying that there's something that they're not, right? But they're not using your definition, so they're not saying there's something that they're not.
Then why are they so worried about making everybody believe what they believe?
Wait, if you say that again?
Why are they so concerned with making everybody believe what they believe? I'm not going around telling everybody I'm straight, you have to believe me.
Yeah, well, first of all, there's not people that are denying you being straight, and there's not people that are being hateful towards you because of denying you being straight.
I never asked for their validation, though.
But yeah, you didn't need it, right? Because society didn't already go against you in that sort of way.
Oh, gotcha. So, like I was going to try to say earlier, and like I said, maybe you can answer this for me. So, if you don't want to date or interact with a trans woman, does that mean you're transphobic? In your
Date
opinion?
or interact. Why wouldn't you want to interact with a trans woman?
Well, I'm talking intimacy wise.
Oh, you don't have to engage sexually with someone who's a trans woman,
I
right?
agree with you, and that's why I'm saying to you.
Right,
Yeah,
but I'm
I don't
asking, what do you
want
mean by
to.
do you not want to talk to people who are trans?
No, I have no problem with it. I've talked to them. But a lot of times when they've done lives, I try to ask them questions because I generally want to learn. They don't want to answer any questions, and I don't understand why.
Well, it also is dependent on like the types of questions you're asking because people
Oh,
can ask questions in a manner in which is meant to be hateful, right?
well,
I'm not saying you were doing that, right? But what I'm saying is that it absolutely can, one, come off that way, two, can happen, and three is something that I've seen before.
so that the one question that I did just ask. So if I don't want to date a trans woman, does that mean I'm transphobic, or would
Like,
that be
what
more
would
of a
be the
preference?
reason?
I like biological women. You know, like I have 3 kids. I know how they came into the world. I'm not gonna say that it came
Are
from a
you
trans
married?
person. I was married. I'm happily
You're not
divorced
married
now.
now,
I'm happily divorced now. Yes.
and you're not looking to make new children.
No, I'm 44. I would say I'm good. I don't know how
So, I
old you are,
mean,
but
I don't know what your reasoning would be, right? Because I think proper reasoning might be like I'm looking to have biological children in the future.
are you asking me a question or are you just saying in general?
Yeah, whatever. You just have dating preferences against that, sure, right? I'm not going to necessarily consider you transphobic. Depends on the reasoning that you'd provide. It seems pretty vague here, though, right?
I can
But
get very blunt and to the point if you would prefer. I mean, a trans woman has a penis most of the time, correct? I'm not interested in penises.
after surgery,
Okay, so they have post-ops. You know, I've never been presented with that, but I feel like also that's not genuine. I mean, they'd have to be honest and come out right and say that, wouldn't they?
yeah, most trans people do.
Okay. Because I mean, I have asked that in a live with a trans person. They said no, they don't have to divulge that, and I'm like, well, I think that's false advertisement. Then that's just
Hold,
my
hold up. Hold up. I mean, what do you mean by like you don't have to in a general connotation,
no, but I
right?
think
But
like
the idea is that you should, right, express stuff like that if you're going to engage intimately with someone, right? As that's what's going to likely keep you the most safe.
yeah, I actually talked about that in one of my videos on my account where it basically said that this gentleman doesn't know I'm a trans woman, and I feel like that's something you should probably get out there right away before you ever meet or interact.
Oh, it doesn't have to be for interaction or just meeting, right? But like engaging intimately with someone, yeah, that
Yeah,
could be important.
that's what I'm talking about. Like a first date, you probably should let the person know before you go that way, and make sure that that person is interested in that way.
Yeah, in order to keep yourself safe, yeah.
I mean, safe, and I think it's also a respectful thing to do because I feel like that's a preference, you know?
Yeah, so the idea is that that they're trying to reduce the level of danger for themselves, right? So whatever's going to reduce the level of danger when it relates to that's probably what they're going to do, right? So
I hope
the
so.
safety is important, right?
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
So that
I don't want anybody to be in danger or feel like they should be threatened. Like I said, I think honesty and communication is the most important thing. I think a lot of people still struggle with that. I mean, I see it on a daily basis. So, you know, the fact that you and I are engaging, we're probably years apart in age, but you know, you have good social skills, which I think is super important these days.
sure, yeah. So what's your point here?
I was giving you a compliment.
No, I meant like prior. Sorry, no, I'm like after the compliment. Sorry.
I just think that the more that we can talk about this, the more people might understand. But you know, we're not going to make everybody agree or believe the same thing. It's not going to happen.
I'm not saying we're gonna make everyone believe the same thing, right? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that trans people are not Delulu, right? There's no reason to consider trans people Delulu, right? What they're saying makes sense, right? And there shouldn't be hatred and discrimination targeted towards people on the basis of them being trans. Appreciate the galaxy. Thank you so much, Blue Knights. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
No, I don't. I mean, I definitely don't hate anybody in the trans community or the LGBT plus community. I don't hate any of those people. But I think, though, if they want acceptance, that this is the first step is to be open to engaging with people that have questions like myself. You know,
That doesn't mean you have to yourself, right? Because describing who you are as an individual, right, in these types of circumstances could absolutely produce traumatic experiences for people who are in these circumstances. And that's why I think that it's important for people who are cis to come on here and argue these particular things, right? Because then it doesn't necessarily relate to something that I would have a traumatic experience with, right? And I would be able to be more inclined to be able to engage with people that don't understand for longer periods of time, given the privilege that I would have there.
well, I think we all have privilege, living in the, just in general, in day to day. People don't like to say that, but I do. So,
Appreciate the mic drop. Thank you so much. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to add or talk about?
no, man, I appreciate your time and
I appreciate you
have a
coming
good day.
on. All right, let's go to the next person, everyone. If you want to help get it out to more people, share the live, everyone. It'll help. Let's try to get to 500 shares real quick, everyone. Tap that screen. Let's try to get to 500,000 likes, everyone. By the way, everyone, we got thank you for the corgi. I appreciate it, love. Thank you so much. We got 15, 20 more minutes left on the live or so, and then I do actually have to get off for today. Tomorrow, I should be on for a pretty long time, so make sure to look out here for tomorrow. But yeah, let me go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you do disagree, y'all. We're just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
49.
Thank you, Carlene. I appreciate the glowing jellyfish. Thank you so much. Do you think that trans women are women?
No, I don't.
Why so?
They are trans women, and just that. They fought so long to be called trans woman, and now they want to be a woman. What's wrong with just being a trans woman?
Well, a trans woman would be a particular type of woman, right? The same way that a tall woman would be a particular type of woman.
That's totally different.
And within what respect, in terms of the language?
There's tall women, there's women with blonde hair, there's women with brown hair, but we are still women.
Yeah, same thing with trans women.
No, a trans woman is a trans woman.
Okay, what makes you think that they're a trans woman, say not a woman?
I'm sorry, do what?
What makes you think that they're a trans woman and say not a woman?
Because they are not a biological female. They did not grow up to be a woman.
Thank you for the hat and mustache. I appreciate it, Luna. Thank you so much. Okay, so your definition of a woman then would be adult human female, right?
Yes, that's the original definition. That is the correct definition.
Well, actually, I mean, our notions of what women are weren't necessarily always specifically related to that, as the way to determine whether or not someone's a woman, primarily speaking, is going to be based upon their presentation, the way that they look, right, and social interaction, the way that they sound, different things like that, rather than necessarily looking at someone's genitalia, chromosomes, or gametes, which we would typically associate with the sex.
No, there are masculine women, there are feminine women. I mean, you
I
can't
agree.
go by what they look like. Women don't dress up and put on makeup and all that stuff to be a woman.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you have to do those particular things particularly to be a woman. What I'm saying is that these are commonly things that are attributed with, right, the female sex in terms of these different characteristics, right? So when someone has commitments or desires to be in accordance with these characteristics, that can indicate to us in many scenarios that they are likely a woman, right? The idea is
Being
that
a,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's fine.
Being a woman is not a commitment. It's not something you commit to do. You just are.
Well, I mean, you could say you just are, right? But the description of you being that way, right, is the commitments. That would be my view.
No, you are born a female and you grow into a woman. A male is an adult man.
Okay.
I
So,
don't know.
hello, you cut out.
Y'all tried to push.
Yeah, you cut out. You're back now. Yeah, what's up? Oh, by the way, can you mute and unmute real quick? They can't hear you in the chat. Yeah, can you mute and unmute real quick? There you go.
Okay,
People
can you
should
hear
be
me
able to hear
now?
you now. I mean, I could hear you the whole time, but yeah.
Sorry about
What were you
that.
saying?
I had a phone call come in. I guess it interrupted.
Yeah, so what did
I
you say?
I I don't know what I just said actually.
Oh shit. Well, I can't ask the chat because
They didn't hear me.
that's unfortunate. So here, I'll just ask you this question. If you think it's specifically related to biology, right? Let's say that we're in a futuristic society, right? And my consciousness is put into like a simulation, right? And I exist in that simulation, like kind of like a Black Mirror episode. Have you ever seen that? In that scenario, would I still be a man, or would it make sense for me to call myself a man?
If you're a man, you are still a man, yes.
But I don't have any biology then. In that scenario, I don't have XY chromosomes. I don't have small gametes. So I wouldn't be a man, right?
No, not if you don't have chromosomes. You wouldn't be
Okay, so,
nothing.
yeah, so I would not be a man. It would be wrong for me to say that I was a man.
But your point is invalid because everybody has chromosomes.
No, no, this is like we're talking about a future society where you can take your consciousness and put yourself into a simulation, right? When I'm in the simulation, right, I don't have any biology.
Okay, but you're talking about future shit that has nothing to do with what's going on right now.
Yeah, it's meant to demonstrate a concept though. Like the concept being that you still consider like it like legitimate. Liv, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. You still consider it like legitimate for someone to say that they are a man even though they don't have that particular biology.
You use stupid scenarios
Why was it stupid?
because you're talking nonsense.
Why was it nonsense?
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're talking about stuff you don't even know is going to happen.
So the idea is to demonstrate a concept, and I think it's likely to happen in the future that we're going to have some type of ability to, right, put our like consciousness into like computers and stuff like that. I think that likely could happen in the future, right? There's no contradiction with that, right? The point is again to demonstrate like something conceptually. I'm not saying this is happening right now. I'm just saying conceptually speaking, it seems like our definition of what a man is, right, isn't specifically related to biology, right? It's just like the concept if we were watching the Black Mirror episode San Junipero, right? Right? They once they got really old because they're in this future society, they put themselves into like these simulations so that they can continue existing. But in that sense, they don't have biology anymore.
Hold on a second, I'm reading something. Nate wants to come up.
Who's Nate? I don't know who Nate is.
Hold on. I don't know. Nate is asking to come up.
Yeah, I don't know who Nate is.
I don't know. I just somebody in the comments. But yeah, well, I'm not gonna sit here all day and discuss this because to think a trans woman is a woman, I mean, it's crap.
Well, why is it crap?
They are trans women. What is wrong with what is wrong with them being trans women?
Well, they are trans women, right? But they're also women.
Okay. No, I'm sorry, they're not.
Okay, why not?
Because women don't have to transform into that. We just are. We don't require surgeries and stuff to make us that way. We are just that way.
You're just saying that like our gender relates to our biology, right? But if our gender relates to our biology in the circumstance that I just gave you, it would be incoherent and absolute gibberish for me to consider myself a man, right? If I was put my consciousness into this simulation. So would
Can
you
I
say
ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Why do you hate women so much?
I don't hate women. What makes you think I hate women?
It sounds like it.
What makes you think I hate women?
Because you're up here trying to say trans women are real women.
And why does that say that I hate women?
Because you're a man taken up for somebody who was a man.
No, taking up for someone who's a woman.
No, I'm sorry.
It's true though, right? But like, again, I don't see how this makes me hate women. I'm confused, right? That doesn't really make any sense to me. I think that might be, you know, like you're trying to reach the basketball hoop there, but
Well, you're not going to change my mind on it.
why not? Why are you not
Because
open?
I don't have a problem with trans women. They can be. But I'm not going to sit here and say they are women.
Okay, so what do you mean by woman then? You just relate to the biology. But again, in the scenario that I brought up, you would say that it's wrong for me to say that I'm a man.
All right, I'm done with this because it's pointless.
No, is it wrong for me to say I'm a man in that circumstance?
If your conscience wasn't in your body, no, I guess not.
It's not wrong. Okay, so if it's not wrong, then your notion of what a man is not biologically determined. Is she leaving? Oh no. Chat, I think she left. Track star moment. Track star moment. Tap the screen, everyone. Let's try to get to 500,000 likes. By the way, everyone, we only got a little bit left. I do got to go here pretty soon, so we're probably gonna get one more person left. Let Nate up. It's not Nate debates, everyone. It's literally not Nate debates. But yeah, tap that screen, everyone. Let's try to get to 100 to 500,000 likes. By the way, everyone, if you haven't followed me yet, make sure to follow me if you haven't already. I go live literally every single day for multiple hours. Tomorrow, I'm going to be on for a very long time, so make sure to follow me if you have not already, everyone. We're going to go on to the next person. Again, send a guest request if you disagree, if you think trans women are not women, y'all. Yo, Miz, I appreciate the cap. Thank you so much. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hi, I'm 18.
For sure. Do you think trans women are women?
I don't think they're like real women
Why not?
because they're trans. That means they're not,
Yeah, what about them being trans makes them not real women?
that they were born guys.
They were born with what?
They were born guys. Like they were do it before, you know?
Yeah, so are you just saying like what the notion of what a man and what a woman is that's biologically determined?
Yeah.
So did you hear the question I just asked? The last guess?
No, I just don't like.
Okay, so
Mhm.
have you ever watched Black Mirror?
No, never. I don't watch shows.
Thank you for the superpower. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So if we were able to take our consciousness, right, like
Mhm.
how you're aware of things right now, and we
Okay.
were to put that into a computer, right, in a simulation, would it still make sense for you to call yourself a man?
So wait, so you said you take your consciousness and put it into a computer?
Yeah, in like a simulation.
That means, does that mean you're still a guy? That's what you mean?
Yeah, would it make sense for me to still say that I'm a man?
I guess it's a different like concept since it's a computer compared to a human person, you know? Because you're transferring your consciousness, but that doesn't have anything to do like physically compared with a human being. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so does it make sense for me to call myself a man?
Not in that concept, but just in the concept of physically going from
So I would
one
be
gender to
wrong
another.
if I were to call myself a man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so it's solely biologically determined.
Yeah, I think it's solidly biologically determined.
So
If you
yeah,
go
so
from
I'm
being a dude to
Delulu.
a
Blue
girl.
Light Special, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So I'm Delulu if I say that I'm a man in that circumstance.
Yes, in that circumstance, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Oh, okay. So
But not in
if
the
you considered
circumstances
yourself
like
a man still, you'd be Delulu as well, right?
in the circumstance if I consider myself a man after going to a computer, I guess I'm not a human being anymore. So yeah.
It wouldn't make sense to say I'm Parker or I'm human.
Sorry, what?
Would it make sense to say that I'm human?
Yeah, yes.
It
If you're a
does?
computer, it doesn't make sense if you say
Oh,
you're a
it
human
doesn't
if
make
you are a
sense.
computer. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Okay. So there's no concept of man and woman that is outside of the context of biology. Okay. So do you think that people who are younger don't have do you think people who are younger don't have a legitimate concept of gender?
I think people who are younger shouldn't be tell what they are, and like they should like just be simplified. You were
No,
born a guy.
like
You should
when I
know.
was 15 when I no, not 15. When I was like 10 years old, did I know what a man and a woman was?
You had like simple concepts of it. Yeah, you probably
If
knew what
when I was
a guy
5 years
is.
old, did I know what a man and a woman was?
Nah, I don't
Did
think
I
you
did I
5 years old.
No, I didn't.
Like you know what a guy is, but I mean like you don't have like all the idea of like biology to know stuff like transgender or stuff like that. That's
Wait,
what I
how do you
mean.
determine what a man is?
By what your parents teach you, like morals or stuff like that.
Okay, if my parents taught me that trans men are men, would that then mean trans men are men to
I
me?
mean, yeah, that would like change your concept of like how you think. Yeah.
So trans men would be men in that context.
Well, if that's like what they teach you, yeah, I guess so.
Okay. So it's just whatever you grew up with. Okay, so you do think that if so there's a legitimate concept that says trans women are women.
Sorry, what? I didn't hear you.
Do
My
you think
bad.
there's a legitimate concept that says trans women are women?
Transgender woman or woman? Well, in at least for I didn't grow up like my parents teaching me stuff like that. And what I think of is that women that go transgender and they become a guy, they're not actually like real guys biologically. I think if they want to become a guy, they're like they can. For respect, I would like call them a guy if they want me to call them a guy. But I don't really think they are like biologically a guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so again, a trans man is not saying they're biologically male, right? The idea is that they are just committed towards the social and cultural norms that are typically associated with the male sex. That's the idea.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I guess that makes sense. It's fine.
Okay.
But I mean, if it's a debate, it's mostly because people have like different point of views, and obviously it's all gonna end up in what your parents teach you on gender or stuff like that, and that's how you think, you know?
That's gonna be that will be part of it, right? But I mean, this is a concession though. You're saying there are legitimate concepts of women being women and trans men being men. So it would make complete sense for if someone asked you to call them a woman, for them to call them a woman, given this definition.
Yeah, if they tell me, I mean, I just do it for respect. That doesn't mean I think like that. I just
But
do it
you
because
do think that under that definition they are a woman, because
under
logically speaking, you think it makes sense.
biologically speaking, I don't believe that a guy can like become a woman. I don't think that's real, you know. I just don't think so.
You
Like not
wait,
real.
sorry,
Like
say that
yeah,
one more
they can
time.
look like one. I don't think if a guy becomes a woman, not like be they can't be like real woman.
So
Like they
that's
can
under
look like
your
one,
own
they just
definition of
can't
what a
be one.
woman is, right? Right. I'm saying under the
Yeah,
definition that I'm
yeah.
saying and the definition that trans people are saying, would they be considered a woman?
But can you repeat that definition so I can understand?
Yeah. An adult human person that is committed towards the social and cultural norms that are typically associated with the female sex.
So you're talking about how they act like socially with people.
What's up? You cut out.
Oh, I said that. You mean like how they act socially with people? Like that's what they make them like that gender, like socially constructed stuff or something like that.
Yeah, no. So the norms that people have commitments in accordance with are socially constructed.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Okay. So do you think there's anything illegitimate about that concept?
Mm, well, it depends on how you see it, but yeah, you're right.
No, there's nothing.
What do you mean? I just say, yeah, I guess so. I guess you're right.
Okay. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about or add?
I don't think so. I think that's it.
All right. I appreciate you coming on. Have a good day, man. All
You
right.
too.
Let's go on. Maybe chat. I have like it's 3:01, so maybe I can get one more person on for like a few more minutes. But I do actually have to get off. Everyone, I'm going to Horror Nights at Universal, so that's why I'm gonna be busy because there's like early access at like 5 o'clock or something. So I have to like meet up with people that I'm going with, and then I have to go. And tomorrow I should be back, everyone. I should be back at my normal times. So like I'm actually like going out and touching grass today. So it's kind of weird. So I do wish I could stay on for longer. I do want to like debate for today, but by the way, everyone, tomorrow I will be back at my normal times. I'll be live for most of the day. So make sure to look out for that, everyone. I do have a test coming up here on like Wednesday or something like that. So I've got to study for that here pretty soon. That's a lot to worry about as well. But actually, this upcoming weekend and stuff like that, I want to make sure to go live a lot as well. I might be going live earlier on days because, like, I mean, I went live 9 o'clock, 9:30 today, and it seems fine to go live then. There's less people, yeah. Love, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. But it's still fine, honestly, to like go live. It was just a little bit less. But yeah, I can go early, and then I'll just like stay on way later. Even I just love going live all day. So I don't know. There's something wrong with me. Um. All right, we're Universal live later. Maybe we'll see. Thank you for the little crown. I appreciate it. Maybe my second account, but yeah, let me go to a person. We got like maybe 5-10 minutes, maybe max. Everyone, and then, or should I just get off right now? Everyone, right now might be just be the time to get off because I don't want to get into a new conversation and then I like am gonna be late or something. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna get off right now, everyone, because it is kind of late actually, and I don't want to be late because it's past 3 o'clock anyway. So yeah, I appreciate everyone so much. Love everyone. I'm gonna get off. I'll be on tomorrow, everyone. I really wish I could stay on more, everyone, but I'll be on tomorrow. Love y'all so much. See everyone tomorrow. Peace out, everyone. Good night, y'all. Or good day. It's still daytime. Peace out, y'all.